Good afternoon. I'd like to bring to order the Bellingham City Council work session for the committees. Our first committee this afternoon to meet will be Lake Whatcom Reservoir and Natural Resources Committee, chaired by Councilmember Dan Hamill.
Thank you. Joining me on the committee this afternoon are council members Knutson and Borneman. We have one item for discussion this afternoon. This is an update on the Middle Fork Dam Fish Passage project. I just wanted to provide the summary statement here. A $4 million grant from the Paul G. Allen Family Foundation to American Rivers will accelerate one of the highest priority river and salmon restoration efforts in Washington State. The grant will contribute to the removal of the Middle Fork Diversion Dam on the Middle Fork Nooksack River, revitalizing salmon and steelhead runs while maintaining water supply for the city of Bellingham. And here to take us through is Ted Carlson and Renee LaCroix.
Excellent. Thank you. Ted Carlson, Public Works Department. As council is aware, as part of the city's water system, we do have a diversion dam on the Middle Fork of the Nooksack River. For quite some time now, we've had a project to address fish passage issues at the dam. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to Renee, and she can talk a little bit about where we're at and a little bit more about this exciting news.
Hi, Renee LaCroix, Public Works. So as Ted said, this has been in the works for a long time. This is a project that has been a high priority. There's a perception that the Middle Fork Diversion Dam prohibits salmon migration above it. And so we've been working with our project partners on this for probably about 10 years now, trying to bring in funding. So we've been working with Department of Fish and Wildlife and both the Lummi Nation and the Nooksack Tribe. We've submitted numerous grant applications, and for a variety of reasons, it's been a very hard project to fund. And so it's good news, it's great news that we have been selected to receive funding from the Paul G. Allen Foundation. So it's $4 million, and that will go to American Rivers, as Ted said. 2.5 of it is designated for construction, and 1.5 will be used for design and permitting. And part of the reason it has been hard to fund is that a lot of projects that are that expensive, they want the funding agencies will want to fund construction only, but it's hard to get to that level of funding if you don't also have a design. They won't fund both. And so this is set up very nicely in the sense that we now have that 1.5 for design and permitting, and then we'll continue to seek additional funding. The project is much more expensive than $4 million. The estimates range around $16 million. And so we'll continue to pursue additional funding. There's a couple different funding sources that are going to come up in 2019, and so our goal is to really go after those funding sources and go to construction shortly after that. And with that, I'll take any questions.
Committee members, any questions?
Just a quick one. What will happen when the water's not going through there? Well, it won't have any dramatic effect on our water supply at all or anything?
The way the project's being designed is to maintain our water supply.
Okay.
So if you've been up to the diversion dam and you're facing upstream and looking at it, there's the dam face, and then there's the diversion structure. So the idea is that we would remove as much as we could of the dam face, and the diversion structure would remain. And then upstream of that, we'd have several abutments that funneled the water into the existing structure. So there'd be some infrastructure developments that needed to happen along with that.
Okay. Yeah.
Councilmembers,
Yeah.
Councilmember Murphy. Oh, sorry, I didn't see. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm glad to hear about the grant and and it looks like there's a chance that this project moves forward. We've been kind of discussing this for a lot of years, and this puts us a little closer anyway. So glad to, I'm glad to hear it. No other questions other than keep my fingers crossed that we find the additional funds to be able to make this happen.
Councilmember Murphy.
This is particularly exciting for me as a member of the Nooksack Indian tribe, and as my ancestors and elders teach me, we come from this river, and ways that I have been hoping and praying that we would get funding for this. This is intimate to me as our tribe's natural resources department does so much to preserve water quality, fish habitat, shellfish protection, and then also it's intimate to me for work that we can do as a council to help with the water supply here. So I'm happy to be on all sides to support this.
Okay. And I just have a question. How many miles of habitat upstream from the Rupp River, from where the dam currently is, do we get out of this?
About 13 miles of main stem and 13 miles of tributary.
Okay. And the fish that would be using this, what kind of fish are we talking about?
Hopefully all fish would use it, but the species that we're particularly interested in are steelhead and chinook.
Okay. Any other questions or comments from council or committee members? Okay, end of committee.